All right, to watch this video for Tuesday, May 10th, the SPY, you can see just a very narrow range today. Pretty dead day, light volume. Whenever this happens, and really even in any kind of market, that first 90 minutes is everything to me, especially as we get into summer. The opening hour, hour and a half is super important, and most of the rest of the day can be untradeable unless there's some kind of external event. So keep that in mind. It's really important to be focused and ready at the open and really in the pre-market to build a list of gappers as well. So, you know what, a couple quick examples today, and this is one that was just on watch from yesterday. Yelp, right? Had that nice breakout. So how could you get a trade in it today? You know what, I'm just going to show you like 2-minute candles. It was just an easy idea. Okay, so you had the big move yesterday, and then zooming in, this is the opening 2-minute candle. So there's nothing that compelling, but you know what? If this goes red to green, in other words, if this gets through the opening price, 26.52, it's probably going to push through the highs today, 26.55, and maybe take over yesterday's high. And so that's when it was coming up. Actually, it probably looked like this when I mentioned it. I said watch Yelp for a red to green or high of day break, either one. I think the idea was 26.53, which is simply a high of day break. That's what I said. And you can see what happened. 26.53, pretty quickly. In about 6 minutes, it's up to 8 minutes maybe. It's up to over 27.40. And yeah, it rolled over, but who cares? We're day traders, right? So this right here is the move we were looking for. We scale out into that. Pretty easy trade. Now it's probably going to come in for a few days. But also, I'm going to give credit to Wayne for HZNP. About 10 minutes in, he gave the idea. And this is what it looked like, right? 5-minute candles. He said he liked it over 15. Worst case stop, 20, 30 cents below, whatever. Didn't really matter, right? Because when it broke 15, over the next 20 minutes, it went all the way to 15.96. Again, a nice tradable move. Never underwater after the entry as you start scaling out. Those are the setups that we look for. And both of those actually pretty darn easy. There was some other stuff we called today too that worked. But I don't want to give away the farm and teach everything that we do. But I had another nice call actually on HZNP in the afternoon. So here's the list I have for tomorrow. Okay, some of these Chinese internet names just decimated. And so that whole group might be ready for a bounce on Tuesday. So MOMO is one of them. Just got killed today. Just goes on bounce watch. Again, I'll only take it with a proper intraday setup. QIHU got a big push. Actually pierced the 200-day before closing pretty close to it. Want to watch that one for a bounce. YY, same thing. So there's 3 really beaten up ones. Pretty sure they're all in the same sector, which is Chinese internet on those. So, and then SYNC closed at 315 here. I want to watch that one for a potential bounce. It had the big news with AT&T the other day. Now you've just got some lower highs. I thought I read on Twitter that they might have earnings coming out. I suspect earnings are going to be blowout, right? Because this is what the stock looked like before the news, okay? So this was ugly. So earnings are probably going to suck, and it might give a buying opportunity, though, because I'm sure the AT&T news will have nothing to do with their earnings. So if you get a big push down, I'm actually going to watch this for a potential intraday reversal as people start to realize, hey, that news isn't going to go away just because it had bad earnings. So that actually might give an opportunity. So keep your eyes on it with that in mind. Under Armour, kind of a little quiet day. I still have this on bounce watch. No trades in it today. This thing's just bleeding lower. It feels like every day, but it maybe found some equilibrium today. It's below that important 40 support. Still, I think it's due for a snapback rally. Again, I won't take it. If it pushes down tomorrow, it'll just be another day that I don't trade it, right? SWC, this one, I actually like this one. You had a couple nice bounces off this $9 area back here and here, and you have the 200-day, and you're down like 6 days in a row. All right, so that one's a good prospect for a bounce tomorrow. JOY, Joy Global, really big candle today. It's already been bleeding lower for several days with the exception of this little green day here. Big push down today. I don't have a great area of support. I mean, I'd like to see it come all the way down to 14. If it does that on an intraday basis, bounced off that and was resistance back here. But again, that's a big candle compared to most of this thing's candles. So it might be ready for a bounce tomorrow. Zillow, the letter Z. it didn't. I did take one trade in this today, and I was green in it, but it didn't exactly do what I wanted it to do. But you are finding buyers down in this area, so again, you've got a beautiful setup for a possible 2-day high break now. Today's high 26.86, and yesterday's high 26.89. So anywhere up around 26.90, this one might get going. Remember, they had earnings here. The earnings were good. And now we're down a few days and starting to find buyers. So this one might pop tomorrow. So I want to watch that one. And then MTCH, which I believe is Match.com, had a nice pop on earnings here. And it's just kind of coiling and getting tighter. Certainly looks good over today's high, over 1343. This is not my favorite list I've had in a while. But you never know. Some of these, Oki from our chat room always says it only takes one. And that's true. And that mindset, I think, has kept many traders in our room from overtrading, and I certainly don't overtrade. No one can accuse me of overtrading. I took, I think, three trades today. I actually ended up taking 4 because I had a late trade too, not counting scale outs. I didn't have any losing trades. But I rarely overtrade. If I'm trading a whole bunch in one day, I'm probably struggling that day. So get used to being patient and waiting for those A+ setups, and then put some money to work. That served me pretty well. So anyway, with all that said, this is a list I'm going to start with, but we'll find some gappers in the morning to focus on too, and hopefully get some nice plays out of the gappers. And then throughout the day, we also look for intraday reversal setups and other stuff. All right, so enjoy the rest of your evening. Let's go Blues, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow.